morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit, turning in our gray hymnal to number 396. I know this rose will open. If after a time or two we're feeling brave, and I think we will be, we'll try this as a round. So when I point in your general direction, start singing, and if you don't catch the point, sing when the Spirit moves. Let's try it. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose. I know this rose. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. 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 We all survived. Well done. Have a seat, everybody.
Good morning and welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Ann Arbor. If you're newer to our community or we haven't had the chance to meet yet, I'm the Reverend Manish Mishra-Marzetti, serving our congregation as senior minister. It's my privilege to welcome you today on behalf of myself and our chancel team. Whether you're joining us here in person, live streaming from home or some other location, or watching on demand at a time later this week, it's good that we have chosen to be together in community this Sunday. As many of us know, our congregation has been meeting continuously in Ann Arbor since 1865, helping bring alive a vision of a free and liberal faith, one in which each of us is able to explore and discover what it means to be human as we support one another on that very human journey with our collective love and care. If you're newer to us, we're glad that you're here with us today. We recognize that it takes a bit of courage to physically walk through the doors of or virtually join a community where you may not yet know anybody. We hope that you will find here a like-minded people, one who share your values and your commitment to bringing those values alive in the wider world. If you're newer to us and are joining us in person, we invite you to join us in the Redmond Room following our service this morning. The Redmond Room is outside these double doors. It is the first room on the left. There'll be members of our staff or our community there who will be available to you to answer questions about Unitarian Universalism more broadly and our congregation more specifically. If you're newer to us and are joining us in the live stream, we invite you to take a moment and introduce yourself in the chat. We know that there will be members of our community there who are eager to warmly greet you and welcome you into that space. If you're watching on demand at a time later this week, please know that you can contact any of us on staff up to and including myself, and we'd be happy to connect with you further and orient you to our community. We also invite anyone who's newer to take a moment to fill out our newcomer survey, which is located at UUAA.org/newcomer survey. Taking a moment to do that will allow us to stay in touch with you about upcoming events and activities in our congregation. So a few reminders as we gather this Sunday. One is important. The first one's an important one. We will be having a continuation of our congregational meeting that began on May 31st in a couple of weeks, in about 2 weeks, on June 21st. So the congregational meeting that happened virtually on May 31st ran into some technical hiccups and snafus, and so the meeting was adjourned to be continued on June 21st at 9 a.m. It's virtual only. Members and friends are welcome to attend. Of course, only members can vote on anything that will require a vote. Registration is required in advance, so if you had it registered for the May 31st congregational meeting, that link is not the link that is going to get you into the new meeting. So you will need to re-register for the June 21st meeting. That particular Sunday on June 21st, our community will only be having activities virtually. There will be no in-person activities in the building. So our congregational meeting will be at 9 a.m. When that concludes, or following the conclusion of that at 11 a.m., our community will be virtually joining our Unitarian Universalist Association's annual General Assembly Sunday worship service. It's a national worship service in which Unitarian Universalists from across the country join virtually to be together in worship. It's very special. And so that'll be at 11 a.m. on June 21st. So that Sunday, only virtual activities, nothing in person here in the building. We have today itself some very special activities that'll be taking place. Our Visions of Justice program and leadership is supporting a special thank you for all of our volunteers and for our kids who participated all year long in our spiritual growth and development programs. This will be a celebration and a thank you happening in the social hall and also in our yard out in the back for those of us who are gathered here in person. There will be ice cream, and I saw coming in this morning that there's a bounce house for the kids. There will also be an opportunity after today's service to participate in the dedication of the Courtyard Memorial Garden. If you'd like to join Reverend Theresa for that, once our in-person service concludes, please go to the courtyard area and you can meet Reverend Theresa there to help dedicate that space. Now this Sunday, as we gather for worship and continue deepening this time together, I'm reminded of the words of a great spiritual sage. It's one will be familiar to all of us, many of us, most of us, no matter what age we may be, and they are the words of none other than Star Wars Jedi Master Yoda. And I'm going to share them. But before I do, I have a very important question. Who among us can do a really good Yoda impersonation? Raise your hand. No choirsters? No staff? No, you can do a Yoda impersonation? Come on up, come on up. The adults are like, I knew I shouldn't raise my hand. Thank you. What's your name? Penny's going to help us out. Penny, I love this. Okay, so I'm going to say Yoda Master's words, and then I'm going to like normal-ish. Well, let's see who'll do a better. I'll try also. We'll both do Yoda impersonations. This is what the community called me for 8 years ago, was this moment to see me very poorly do a Yoda impersonation. So I'll try first, Penny. Difficult to see, always in motion the future is. Not bad? Okay. You want to try it, Penny? Okay.
Difficult to see, always in motion the future is.
Very good! Great job, Penny. Okay, you can go back. Stay close by, though. Later in the service, I'm going to invite you back up. You're going to help me again. So the words of Yoda, Jedi Master Yoda, difficult to see, always in motion, the future is. This Sunday, we gather to honor the in-betweenness of not being here and not being there, of life being in motion and transition toward a future that isn't clear yet. This is the context, the nature, the vibe, the feeling, the nature of being of what we call our annual bridging ceremony, which is an honoring of personal and collective transitions of all kinds. This is something I would suspect each of us can relate to in our own very personal and unique ways. Many of us here right now may be feeling in-betweenness in any number of ways. You might be changing schools, perhaps getting ready to move to a new town or a house or an apartment, or move to a college or university. You may be changing jobs or hoping for the possibility of changing a job. Relationships may be in transition or changing. Friendships may be evolving or changing. There may be a feeling of change or transition on our insides, recognizing that we're personally growing or evolving in some important way. And of course, our whole lives, from start until our final breath, our physical and mental cognitive abilities are constantly changing and evolving. They are never static. It's quite likely that each of us here can relate to the experience of important changes and transitions taking place right here, right now. In that way, our annual bridging ceremony is for each of us a highly personal and highly specific, and relates us to the changes and uncertainties that we may be navigating here and now. As our time together this Sunday continues to deepen, may we hold one another well in the midst of all that may be difficult to see and in motion. We are gathered for worship.
Today, as we have heard, we mark life's transitions, the chapters that tell our own unique story. Sometimes we turn the page joyfully in anticipation of the newness to come, while other changes are more fraught. As we navigate change and its challenges, how good it is to have a grounding, something we can rely on, something we know will always be there. Our chalice, the symbol of our faith, is just such a bedrock. We light it every time we gather, without fail. We can count on that as we count on the tides or the sunrise. And this morning, Kate Hutchins will light our chalice here in the sanctuary. And as she comes forward, I invite those on the live stream to please light your own chalice and enter your location in the chat. May our flame brighten even the darkest corners. And now let us say together, we light this chalice for the light of truth. We light this chalice for the warmth of love. We light this chalice for the energy of action. We light this chalice for the harmony of peace. Thank you, Kate. It's good. It's all good. It is a joy to me that we are a non-creedal covenantal faith. We do not tell each other what to believe. Instead, we rely on the covenantal promises to guide us into right relationship. This vow is so important, so fundamental to who we are, that we renew it together week after week. To enter into covenant is to acknowledge that in community, all does not always go well. Sometimes we fall short and cause harm. But a living covenant, like all living things, can heal. We repair the breach, restore our faith, and move forward together in love. Let us renew our vow, saying, "The spirit of this church is love, and service is its law. This is our covenant with each other, to dwell together in peace, to search for truth in love, and to help one another."
Sometimes we find ourselves coming and going, neither here nor there, not quite knowing the path ahead. Our story for all ages this morning is a reminder that even when we don't know where our journey will take us, the future is full of promise and possibility. In Between Places, written by Alex Killian and illustrated by Grady McFerrin. In between places are not up or down, not in or out. They're not all the way to one side or the other. In between places are bridges and ladders, staircases and slides. At times they might be long and dark. Dawn and dusk are in between places. Dreams are in between places. Sometimes you'll find yourself in the place between where you're going and where you've been. You might be sailing down under a parachute or floating up in a balloon. You might be drifting shore to shore on a cool blue sea. A gap between two mountains, a pause between two steps. The spot between two pathways. You might go forward or around the bend. Or you might choose to leap. Sometimes in between places lead to just where you wanted to be. Sometimes they lead to more in between places. And sometimes they lead somewhere unexpected but bright with possibility. The end. So, is anyone among the kids and youth here, are you on summer break yet? Anyone? Some people are on summer break already. Who's about to be on summer break? So I want everybody's hand up who's going to be on summer break or who is on summer break already. Yes, it is. And all you do that day is sign yearbooks, basically. So as our friend said, Ann Arbor Public Schools wrap up on Tuesday. And then we have 12 glorious weeks of playing outside until well past 9, trips to the pool, freezer pops, camps, family vacations, the farmer's market, Pride Month, more screen time than I would like, campfires and s'mores, the Ann Arbor District Library Summer Games, woo! Top of the park, fireflies, art fair and the inevitable thunderstorms that accompany it, endless road construction as we've all experienced, and then continuing school for some, work for others, mosquitoes and fruit flies, the amazing, the unpleasant, and everything in between. And to all the parents, Godspeed. I remember the magic of summer vacation. It is, hands down, the best in-between place. My kids are what we now refer to as rising 5th and 8th graders, which is an interesting way to define this in-between time. It's not a way I remember talking about that summer break, the left one grade and moved to another. Every change or transition includes some liminal space between the past and the future. But summer break for kids is longer than most. There's so much time to reflect on the previous year and to consider the year ahead. Now, I don't know how much time the kids do that, at least not with intentionality. But I know that I spend a lot of time thinking about where they've been and where they're going, marveling that my little ones are not so little anymore. I can still pick them up, just barely. What a gift. to bear witness to their transformation. The UUAA kids that were babies and toddlers when I began this role are now rising first and second graders. The first and second graders are now middle schoolers. The OWL cohort is bridging. We've all had the joy of witnessing the young people in our community grow, change, and discover who they are. And this is only the beginning of their lifelong journey, full of ups and downs, love and loss, wishes and dreams. May we journey with them and with one another, all around and in between, anchored in the warmth and welcome of beloved community.
Once a month, we take our collection plate and we give it away, offering it to a local group whose values we share. This month, we partner with 826 Michigan. Through mentoring, workshops, and other programs, 826 Michigan encourages school-aged youth to find their voices as joyful, creative writers. Here to tell us more is Megan Gilson, 826 Michigan's Washtenaw County Program Manager. Please give her your warmest welcome.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having us here. I know we really cherish this partnership, and we're glad to be back. So 826 Michigan inspires students to write with skill and confidence in collaboration with the adult volunteers in their communities. I can tell you more about what that looks like in a moment, but I'll start by sharing what it can sound like with an excerpt from a recent piece of student writing. This is our latest book. We published it about 2 weeks ago. It's called Unsure of the Exact Destination. So I hope you're ready for more stories for all ages. So this is written by third graders. And this one is called Swim Away from the Wreckage by Mrs. Gray's third grade class. You are going on vacation to a boba planet. You travel by space motorcycle, and your journey will take 24 hours. All of a sudden, your space motorcycle hits a different, unknown planet. You spin upside down, crash land, and cause an explosion and fire that smell like rotten eggs. The pieces of your motorcycle break off and float away, and you realize you're underwater. When you get out of your vehicle, you notice that the floor is slippery, and so are the rocks. This is because there is a ship. Oh. The rocks are slippery because they are covered in slime from algae. The water smells fruity and minty. This is because there's a ship that drops chewed gum and oranges into the water. It also smells like rotten eggs. There are thumping sounds from magical air bubbles. There are also creepy hums and the sound of mermaids whispering and giggling in mermaid language. They tell you that you are in underwater Swavaria. When you move in the water, you make a splashing sound. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. You quickly put on your emergency oxygen mask, and an electric shark swims up to you. You can tell it's a combination of electric eel and shark. It has wires and metal and little electrical dots all over it. You aren't sure if you can trust it. All of a sudden, the shark lunges toward the mermaid with its sharp teeth. You've got to get out of here before you're next. And then, in true choose-your-own-adventure fashion, you get to choose what happens next in the story. You can decide to search for food to help you survive. You can decide to fix the motorcycle, or you can decide to make the most of your vacation detour and see what this planet has to offer. And you turn to different pages based on that. So let's give it up for these third graders from Estabrook and Ypsilanti. So 826 Michigan, we offer programming in Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti, and Detroit. We've been around for nearly 20 years, started here in Ann Arbor, and we have programs for many ages, from age 4 to 12th grade. We believe that writing can happen at all of these different stages in different ways. And we also love to publish student writing in books, because how magical is it to see your writing taken seriously and put into print. So what else do we So we also offer all of our programs free of charge. They're supported by volunteers, teaching artists, and emerging teaching apprentices in our community. We offer these programs because teachers want and need more support in classrooms to be able to provide each student with one-on-one attention. I'm a former teacher myself and know how challenging it is to work individually with students when you're one teacher and 30 students. So we help limit that adult-to-student ratio and provide that necessary support that students need as they're developing their writing skills. And we build safe, supportive places where young people can express themselves, take creative risks, practice skills that will help them now and in the future as critical thinkers, thoughtful citizens, and change makers in the community. And wrapping up, we have a very special partnership that next year will celebrate its 10th year. It's called Adventuring Through the Art. So any donations raised this month from UUAA will support and enable all third grade students from Ypsilanti Community Schools to visit 826 Michigan's Writing Field Trip program through a special art and writing project to be supported by caring staff, volunteers, and teaching apprentices. So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Megan. And if you have any questions, Megan will be in the social hall after the service. Yes. And now we turn to our weekly offering. And let us rest in the moment and consider the power of generosity, one of our core UU values. Every week we engage in the spiritual practice of giving, granting ourselves the time to reflect upon the way our gifts can change the world. And today, those gifts will flow to 826 Michigan and their inspiring work. And we have made it easy for you to donate. Here in the sanctuary, you can add your cash or check donation to the baskets as the ushers bring them by. Or if you prefer, you may text UUAA to 73256 or visit uuaa.org/giving and select Share the Collection for the fund. However you choose to give, thank you for your generosity. I now invite the ushers to please come forward as this morning's offering will be given in love and received with gratitude.
Worship
Thank you, y'all come singers. And here we are, balanced on the brink of wisdom. And as our ushers come forward, will you please rise in body or in spirit as you are comfortably able. Let us speak with intention as we dedicate our offering. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good morning. My name is Kate Hutchins, she, her, and I proudly serve this congregation as president. And this morning, we continue the collective work of building, of maintaining, of caring for the bridges that we travel together in life. Today, we especially recognize the bridges to be crossed by the high school seniors connected with our congregation. Bridging is our faith community's name for the ceremony that marks the transition of our high school youth into wider worlds of work, study, greater independence, and responsibility. For Unitarian Universalists, bridging marks the passage from youth to young adulthood. We begin today with this essential ministry of bridging, and later in the service, we will widen the story of our bridge, for we gather in religious community to ensure that none of us journeys through life alone.
During our credo service a couple of weeks ago, I spoke about what books mean to me, and I named some authors that were especially impactful. Well, I left one out, a poet and songwriter whose work I have adored since childhood, the great Shel Silverstein. From his collection of poems Falling Up, back by popular demand, here is Diving Board. You've been up on that diving board, making sure that it's nice and straight. You've made sure that it's not too slick. You've made sure it can stand the weight. You've made sure that the spring is tight. You've made sure that the cloth won't slip. You've made sure that it bounces right and that your toes can get a grip. And you've been up there since 5:30, doing everything but dive. The young people we honor today are embarking on a lifelong journey of self-discovery. It's pretty scary and exhilarating to cross that bridge from childhood into adulthood. Each of them have taken a different path to get here, and today we celebrate another big step. Everyone that is here in person or watching from home, the assembled bridging youth, as well as the wider congregation, has contributed in ways both big and small to our youth programs, and for that, I thank you. I especially want to thank the YRUU advisors who have been in the room helping our youth navigate their individual and collective experiences. Spencer Thomas, here in person, and Dan Carlton, who is here in spirit, have led this group all year, with help from Johnny Lifshitz and Larry Works. Thank you for laying an outstanding foundation for our precious youth, and I invite all of you to stand here near the beginning of our bridge.
As a gift from our congregation, each young adult will receive a copy of our gray UU hymnal, Singing the Living Tradition, which has been signed by our staff. We hope that this hymnal will remind each of you of your Unitarian Universalist heritage and the wisdom contained therein and how it can continue to companion you as your journey unfolds. You'll each also be receiving a handmade chalice by one of our congregants, by Ingrid Gunderson, a talented artist and a member of our community. We hope this will remind you of the flame of our faith wherever you go, that it'll remind you of the love of this community and the passion with which we hold on to our ideals and values. You can keep it on a desk or a shelf near you, wherever you may go, and light it in times of need, when you need us with you and you need your faith with you. You'll also get a copy of a book called Becoming, a spiritual guide for navigating adulthood. Every word in this book was written and chosen by people who want you to know that you're not alone, that we are all always in the midst of becoming.
Before we begin, I'd like to invite any family members of our Bridging Youth to join the YRUU advisors to bear witness as these amazing young people transition into the next step of their life's journey and into a new relationship with the congregation. And I would like to invite any children and non-Bridging Youth that are present to come up and stand on this step right behind our cloth bridge. And I have bubbles for you to blow. But don't blow them until we invite a youth across, okay? All right, so when each youth walks into their metaphorical future, please blow some bubbles to wish them well. So just hold on to those for a moment. To our Bridging Youth, what this next stage will look like, that's up to you. Know that all of us are here to catch you if you stumble or fall on your way into the future. Our chalice will remain a beacon for you always. Are you ready? Then take a deep breath and dive. As your names are called, please come forward and greet your advisors and family members, and then make your way across the bridge, representing your movement from a youth to a young adult in our wider congregation. Reverend Manish, Reverend Theresa, and Board President Kate Hutchins are waiting to greet you on the other side. Once you have arrived, please stand with these loving adults to receive a gift and a blessing. I invite forward the following Bridging Youth. Molly Omar. Mark Ordonez. Rowan Reed. Let us also name and celebrate the Bridging Youth that are not with us in person today. Maggie Krasik. JJ McCleskey. Feel free to keep blowing bubbles as I speak our blessing entitled Go Boldly by Jean Olson. May you be brave enough to expose your aching woundedness and reveal your vulnerability. May you speak your deepest truths, knowing they will change as you do. May you sing the music within you, composing your own melody, playing your song with all your heart. May you draw, paint, sculpt, and sew, showing the world your vision. May you write letters, poetry, biography, slogans, graffiti, the great novel, laying bare your words to love and hate. May you love even though your heart breaks again and again. And until the end of your days, may your life be filled with possibilities and courage. You may all return to your seats, except for Spencer, who will commission the bridging class of 2026. And thank you to our bubble blowers.
Well, that's a tough act to follow. I'm going to try to get through this. Crossing a bridge is scary. You can look down over the unfamiliar landscape beneath you and worry that it can all come crashing down. You're about to cross bridges that will lead to great adventures, but sometimes in your life, you will make bridges that are unstable. You'll venture to places that end up being a mistake. And that's okay. From here, you get to choose where your bridge goes. You are the designer, architect, and engineer of your life. Though you are the decision maker, I will offer some advice, because, I'm an advisor, right? It's the least I can do, or maybe the most I can do. It helps to ask for help. I'm going to say that again because that's been so important in my life. It helps to ask for help. Through your life, you will find people who will help you build your life to what you want it to be, and they will walk with you on the way. Treasure these people when you find them. Don't take them for granted, and please know you are lucky enough right now to have a big room full of such wonderful people. They'll probably help if you ask. If you find yourself far away and alone, find a UU church near you and check them out. Just know that we are still your home congregation. You will bring a part of us with you wherever you go. And I couldn't be happier than sending you out as our ambassadors. And I just want to say to our graduating youth and all the other youth who might be here, if you see me here or around town, say hi, because I'm going to miss you. Thank you.
We have a special component to our bridging service today. I'll invite Stella Gorlin and Brittany Carrier to join us on this side of the bridge. Many in our community know, but perhaps not all, that we're in the middle this week of a major staffing transition. Both Stella and Brittany are changing their roles on the staff team. Stella is in the midst of, exactly now this week, becoming the Director of Lifespan Engagement Ministries. And Brittany is in the midst of, right now this week, becoming UUAA's Communications and Administrative Specialist. So I want to take a moment to invite us to hold them up in the transition that they are in the middle of and will continue to be in the months ahead as we honor them in this transition. I'm going to invite them to bridge.
There are so many metaphorical bridges that each of us cross over the course of our lives. For example, when we experience births or adoptions and deaths, illnesses and recoveries, graduations, partnerships, separations, weddings, divorces, relocations to new towns or cities, job changes. When we face changes in the abilities of our bodies, changes in our health, physical transitions, and name changes. Through all these endings and beginnings, through all these changes and transitions, we human beings companion one another. We support each other as we bridge life's major transitions. So today we do this in a ritual that allows us to hold and to witness the multitude of transitions this community is experiencing. For those in the sanctuary, you will have picked up a piece of paper and a pencil on the way in. And if you missed that, indicate to an usher who will bring one to you now. There's a few scattered through, so keep your hands up, they'll get to you. So we're going to invite you to mark your own transitions or bridgings. So take a moment right now and think about an event you want to recognize. It can be big or small, celebratory, sad or complicated. Like the youth moving into young adulthood, what changes are happening to you, within you, around you? What changes are calling you over the bridge? For those on live stream, your presence as part of the UUA community matters, and we bear witness to any bridging that is indicated in the chat. As you feel comfortable, you may simply type "witnessing" after any event someone shares, or you might write "I am bridging" in the chat and hold the reason why in your heart, or you may indicate what your life event is. For example, you could type in the chat, "I am beginning a new job." The chat host and others viewing in the live stream can respond to you in the moment. You may also send your bridging event privately to me at Pastoral Care at UUAA.org, especially if it's something you'd like us to follow up with you. So let's take a moment now to write. For those here in the sanctuary, you may begin writing or continue writing. And there's still a couple who need forms. Keep your hands up high. And some in our choir have somehow missed the paper. So for those of you in the sanctuary, I invite you to participate in the way that is most comfortable for you. You may come up at your own pace through this side of the sanctuary, along the candle bowl side, and Stella will be here to help direct traffic, if you will. And you will cross the bridge, and Reverend Manish and I will be at this side, and we will collect the papers that you have. You are welcome to share verbally with us if you wish, or you may simply add your bridging to the basket that we're holding. If you prefer, you may remain seated just to witness and be present for those in the community. And if mobility is a concern and you wish to share with us, raise your hand and Stella can help make sure that we get your paper as well. So if you need a little bit more time to write, that's okay, no rush. Please go at your own pace and pause if there is someone waiting at the other end until we get through. Okay? Now let's begin. Thank you all. Thank you. No matter how you participated in the bridging ceremony, remember that you are in the company of those who wish you well. And as a community, we remain together and supportive of each other in times of change and uncertainty.
As we think about the nature of bridging, of navigating uncertainty, I'm going to circle back to Star Wars, which is how I started out this morning. And I know I'm in good company because my new friend Penny, I'm convinced, must be a Star Wars fan. Are you, Penny? No? You can just do the Yoda voice. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, some of us are. Like me. And those who may be familiar with the story of Anakin Skywalker, the father of the more famous Luke Skywalker. Anakin becomes Darth Vader. Now, for those of us who are familiar with the Star Wars series, if you had to think of one word that describes Anakin's downfall, his path to becoming Darth Vader, what might that word be to describe the path? What led him to becoming Darth Vader? Anger, pride, those are good words. Law. Now we're getting a little bit, but it's the fear of loss. Those who know the story well, right? It's the fear of loss, fear of change, fear of uncertainty. Penny, would you join me again? We're going to do another Yoda line. So Master Yoda might express this fear in a certain particular way. We're both going to do it again. I'll go first. Here's the line. That's what we're going to say. Fear to the dark side leads.
Fear to the dark side leads.
Thank you, Penny. Uncertainty often evokes fear. Fear of change, fear of loss. What if I don't like the new school? What if I don't like the new job? What if I don't like the new relationship, the new town, the new college or university? What if I don't make new friends? What if the thing I can't see right now, the thing that's clouded and unclear, isn't as good as whatever I'm in the midst of leaving behind? The fear of loss and change can hold us back. It can keep us stuck in the past, or it can keep us from missing opportunities to experience something new or different. That fear can also grip us the way it took a hold of Anakin Skywalker, leading to all kinds of unhealthy behaviors in an attempt to avoid change and uncertainty. Here's the thing, if you know the Star Wars story, you know this. Anakin Skywalker tried to manage his uncertainty and fear all on his own. He didn't turn to his teachers, he didn't turn to his mentors, he didn't turn to his friends, he didn't ask anyone at all for support or help with his fear. I wonder, what might we, as a community, as UU Ann Arbor, what might we say to Anakin or anyone else who is trying to get through something in their life that feels uncertain and scary? What would you say? Shout it out.
To ask for help is a sign of strength.
Asking for help is a sign of strength. What else? You're not alone. What else? Oh, that's exactly the one I was looking for. I had a little variation of that. My variation is, I've got you. What a simple and beautiful and powerful thing to say to somebody who might be feeling a little bit scared and uncertain in their life. I've got you. You're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. It's a powerful thing. And the I've got you or we've got you only happens in relationship with others. The fear that can consume us when we're holding it all silently on the inside, trying to manage it on our own, the thing that can consume us, distort us, and twist us into a Darth Vader-like future, that thing transforms and changes and becomes manageable as soon as we shift from the I to the we. We've got you. I've got you. You're not alone. May we continue to always remember that, how we can work with fear whenever and wherever it arises as we walk with one another, as we come and go with one another.
I invite you to stand as you're comfortably willing and able, turning in our teal hymnal to number 1018. As we sing together, come and go with me in the teal hymnal number 1018. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. There will be freedom. There will be freedom in that land. There will be freedom in that land. There will be freedom in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There will be freedom in that land. There will be freedom in that land. Freedom in that land where I'm bound. There will be justice. There will be justice in that land. There will be justice in that land. There will be justice in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There will be justice in that land. There will be justice in that land. There will be justice in that land where I'm found. There will be singing. There will be singing in that land. There will be singing in that land. There will be singing in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There will be singing in that land. There will be singing in that land. There will be singing in that land where I'm bound.
Beloveds, whatever the future holds, whatever personal changes, transitions, uncertainties any one of us here may be holding or navigating, know that you go forth from this Sunday held in love by this community, cheered on and supported in being the very best version of yourself that you can be. None of us need ever travel through those uncertainties or changes or transitions alone, so long as we have each other. Go in love, go in peace. Know that you are held in that love until we are together again. Amen.